Good afternoon, everyone. So again, today we are here for our next practical class of surveying, and this class is for contouring using radial line method. So in this, the equipment required are the same as required for the labeling. Here we have to take care of the horizontal as well as vertical measurement we have to take. So here we have automatic level, we have a staff, we are familiar with ranging rods, and one more equipment is there, and that is our measuring tape, so as to measure the horizontal distance. We have also learned how to measure this horizontal distance on a sloping ground. So today we will see how we measure those. So I'll just take you to the instrument and the setup that we are having right now. So here we have with us Balveer, our lab technician working for the past almost 30 years in the NIT Hamirpur, and we have Amol, one of the PhD student, and then one more assistant in the field. So this is our instrument. We have set up our instrument, our automatic level. It is perfectly, you can see it is perfectly, it's not still labeled yet, so we are going to label it. Before that, one thing that we have done, we have marked a point on the ground. You can see a small wooden piece inserted into the ground and the tape attached to it. First thing is that we have to set up our instrument on this particular point over here. So we have used this plumb bob so as to transfer or so as to center our level instrument at this particular point, so that we are taking our observation from this particular point. Here we are doing this only to set out radial lines at different angles. So here we will have, this is our central point, this peg over here, this is our central point, and from here we will have radial lines. So here we are in the student park, and we know there is a slope over here, there are steps, we all are familiar with this. So we have already put certain ranging rods. We will mark these ranging rod at different angles, and then we will take elevations at different distances along those radial lines, and later on we will interpolate all those informations to plot the contours. So we have already put two ranging rods, and they are at 30-degree interval. So now we are going to have our first ranging rod at 0 degree. You can see in this automatic level we have put this horizontal circle at 0 degree. So our first ranging rod is at 0 degree. We have fixed it. You can see there is a ranging rod fixed over there. So this is our first ranging rod, which is at 0 degree. Next we will give this circle a 30-degree rotation. Balveer is doing that. So we will have the next ranging rod. Amol Sharma is holding the ranging rod, and now Balveer is guiding how to move. So now he is perfectly there. So you might have seen how he has moved his hand. So towards right he has moved. So we have fixed the second rod, and now we will have third rod. This was at 30 degree, if you can see over here. So it was at 30 degree, and now we will rotate it to the 60 degree. So next angle set will be at, we are going to set it at 60 degree. So now our line is at 60 degree. Now we will guide the person. So Amol Sharma, you can see he is waving his right hand. So Amol has to move to the right side, and now he has raised his both the hand and said okay, just fix the ranging rod over there. So now we have fixed 3 ranging rods, each at 30-degree interval. So we will make measurements along these 3 lines. Similarly, for a round heel we will have to take all around ranging rods. So we will have at 0 degree, 30 degree, 60, 90, 120, and right up to 360 degree, or depending upon the type of survey. We are surveying only one side of the hill, then we can decide how many lines we have to draw on the ground to take the survey. So now we will proceed further with our survey work, how we do. So the initial setup that we have done over here, I am just repeating. First we fixed the initial point, the origin, that is here, if you are able to see the peg on the ground, and then we leveled and centered our instrument, automatic level, on this point. This procedure of transferring this point or having this point perfectly over this point is called centering. Then we leveled our point, and then we fixed the ranging rod. Now we will start our survey work. So now we will take our instrument to some other point, and from there we will start taking our observation. And for this particular survey process, we assume that this origin O is our benchmark, and the reduced level of this benchmark is 100 meters. So we will start our survey work from this benchmark. We will take our first back sight at this benchmark. So we have moved the instrument to some other position now. So for there we will level our instrument, and as I told earlier, we will take our first back sight at this origin point O, and then we will take our rest of the measurement. So we are ready with the setup. So we have leveled our instrument at another position. You can see we are just focusing it at the benchmark. एक मिनट level दिखाना. So here you can see the level, the circular bubble. If you are able to see, it's just in the middle. So our instrument is perfectly leveled, right? So here you can see this is how it looks. Our instrument is leveled, and now we have to take our first reading, and that is at the benchmark. This is how we hold the staff. You can see, you can just use your body to see that whether it's vertical or not. You have to hold it perfectly vertical, and you have to show it to the telescope. So now this is our benchmark, which is at 100 meters. So the person is holding staff at 100 meter, and Balveer ji, they are just focusing on the staff and taking the reading. This is our first reading, and the reading at this point is 1.5. So my plane of collimation, which will be generated by this telescope, will be at 101.5 meters. So if Balveer ji kindly rotate the telescope, so he is rotating the telescope. The moment he is rotating this telescope, that line will generate a plane, and the height of that particular plane will be 101.5 meters. So now we have to take our first reading. So it is going to be our first intermediate sight. So here we are measuring at 2 meter interval. As I have told you in contouring, we have to take at a regular interval the measurement. So at 2 meter we have put the staff. Hold the tape tight, Amol. Yeah. So here we are having our first reading at 2 meter. Thoda udhar karna staff. Bas. So at 2 meter is our first reading. It's going to our first intermediate sight. Balveer ji. So he has taken the reading. So it is 1.2 meters. So it's almost at the same level. So now we will go to the next point. Next point will be at 4 meters. So we will go to the 4 meter, and as I told you, we always take horizontal measurements. So we have to hold the tape horizontal, if you can see. So we have not to bend it downward. So we will take only the horizontal measurement. If you see, we have hold the tape horizontally. So we are now measuring at the 4 meters. So Balveer ji will again take the reading. And he has done. The reading is kitni reading? 1.5. Okay. So next reading is at 6 meters. Again you can see that we are holding this tape horizontally. We are not taking the sloping measurement, so we have to take precautions that we hold this tape horizontally. And if you see the marking here, it is 6 meters over here. So now we are taking staff reading at 6 meters. We are holding the staff, and then Balveer ji will take the reading. So this is how we will complete one line, maybe up to 10 meters or 20 meters at regular intervals. And then our first line, which is at 0 degree, will be over. Then we will move to the second line and repeat the same procedure. Now as our instrument is fixed in such a position that we are able to take all the sides or all the observations for all this entire survey area from one position, because we are having 4-meter staff. So we are able to capture this entire data from one station setup. But suppose if somehow we have to also measure behind this Nest Cafe, then it may be that those positions are not visible to us. So in that case, we have to move our instrument to a new particular location, and then we have to do the survey from there. Again, we have to take the back side and the fly leveling technique that we have already discussed. So this is how this entire contouring is done. Then we will plot these points on scale with on a sheet, and then we will interpolate and draw the contours. So this is all about today's practical. So if you have queries, you can just discuss me on my chat box. Thank you.